Yep. Yep.
I call this meeting of the Jamestown City Council to order, the Monday night, May 23rd voting session. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Sheldon.
Here.
Brackman. Karuba. Here. Reynolds.
Present.
Faulkner.
Here.
Eklund. Here. DeVersa.
Here.
Russell.
Here.
And President Dole.
Here. At this time, I'd like to ask everyone to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the invocation which will be given today by the Reverend Juan Perez of the New Creation Assembly of God.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father God, we thank you tonight for the privilege you give us to be in this council meeting. Bless them. Bless that every person who is tonight here, that you will give them knowledge and understanding of your will. Also, you will give them knowledge to make good decisions, to take good decisions for the goodness of the city of Jamestown. Thank you, dear Lord. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the April 25th voting session? Second. Do you have any messages from the mayor?
I can go first. Thank you. President Dole's, council members, thank you. Wanted this evening to recognize a really wonderful young man, Gary Moffat, who has been awarded his Eagle Scout badge. His project here in the city was to use the oaks to create park benches for the city. So Gary is here today with his dad, mom, and family, and we just wanted to take a moment to congratulate him and have you all say anything that you would like. Before you do that, if it's okay, we have the president come down. We'll take a photo with Gary and his family and allow the council members to say any words that they would like. Okay? Council President's going to come over to this side and congratulate you. A lot of photos of you, and it's really fun. So congratulations to Gary, congratulations to the family, and it's quite an honor to become an Eagle Scout. Congratulations. This time, if there's any council members that would like to give any congratulations to Gary and his family, please.
On behalf of the fourth ward, I would really like to thank you, as the trees were in the fourth ward, and I know they meant a lot to the residents, not just to the fourth ward, but the entire city. We really appreciate your doing this and giving the community back a much more memorable gift than anyone could have imagined to do the benches. So thank you very much on behalf of the city and especially the fourth ward. Thank you. It's an honor.
Very nice. I've known Gary with the Malton family longer than Gary's been alive, and all I have to say is they grew up so fast.
About the trees or the kids?
I'll add that, Gary, for you to stay the course, I got out as a first class and regretted not staying true to the Scout Code and honor. But you are to be commended for all you've done to reach that milestone. There's a lot of very, very important Americans that you're going to follow in their footsteps. And God bless you for making the effort and the courage, and your family for taking the time and the energy it takes for you to reach that goal. So congratulations to you. Very good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Dear council members, on April 29, 2022, I recognized by proclamation the retirement of one City of Jamestown employee, Donald Mowry, Jamestown Fire Department. Attached, please find the retirement proclamation honoring and congratulating our retiring employee. In May 2022, we have welcomed 2 new employees to the City of Jamestown. Jacob Wade, Department of Public Works, and Casey Fitzpatrick, Parks, Recreation, and Conservation. I'm asking that these 2 new hires be acknowledged and welcomed to the city at the May 23rd, 2022 City Council meeting. Very truly yours, Edward A. Sunquist.
Thank you.
One more. Council members, in pursuance of the authority vested in me by the charter of said city, I do hereby nominate Ellen Shadle, 228 Halleck Street, Jamestown, to be appointed a member of the Board of Assessment Review in and for the City of Jamestown, New York. The term for which said appointment is to be made will expire September 30th, 2023. Edward A. Sunquist.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to suspend the rules and vote tonight?
So moved. Second.
So moved by Councilman Sheldon and seconded by Councilman Reynolds. Would the clerk please poll the council on the suspension of the rules?
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund? Aye. DeVersa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
And President Dole?
Aye. Do I have a motion to approve the appointment?
So moved.
So moved by Councilman Sheldon and seconded again by Councilman Reynolds. Would the clerk please poll the council on the appointment?
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund? Aye. DeVersa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
And President Dole?
Aye. Messages, okay. At this point, we have opportunities for the persons to address the council tonight. Please step, if you want to speak to the council, you want to step up to one of the mics, give your name, home address, and limit your remarks to 5 minutes. And tonight, you have to speak to the council.
I'm Doug Champ, 225 Main Street, Jamestown. One more time to the well tonight. And based on that experience I've had with you all the last year and a half, attending all your meetings, it's been interesting, sometimes discouraging, but at the most, hopefully positive. Tonight I want to address a couple of things. And I won't see you for a while, but I'll be around. And you can always call me if you need me. I'm sure you won't, but that's the way it goes. Anyway, I got a couple of quotes, and I'm going to have a challenge to see if anybody knows where this came from. There are things known and there are things unknown, and in between are the blank. And you'll get this maybe next time, because the time to hesitate is through. No time to wallow in the mire. Try not, we can only lose. And, I'm throwing this word in, our city will become a funeral pyre. The Post-Journal, a while back ago, last week, said that the public safety plan is the mayor's plan. I never looked at it that way. I looked at it as a combined effort of community, city council, and the representatives of our public safety departments. As you know, I spent a lot of time talking about this, so I hope that that aspect of it helped. As a citizen, there is nothing more dynamic and necessary as public safety. If we don't have public safety in this community, everything else falls apart. The police department over the years, and the fire department to some extent as well, has undergone defunding, not necessarily through this administration, but through prior administrations. Replacement of vehicles was never thought to be important, let's let them run in the ground. So now we're faced with that. Taking it back to the first aspect of what the plan was, the American Rescue Plan money, was one police vehicle and substandard radios. We've come a long way, I think, since then. It hasn't been easy. I wish it was quicker. Nothing's quick. Unfortunately, in government, it takes a while. And I understand reservations about money to be spent, but we should never be fearful of money spent on public safety. Because if we don't do that correct and right, everything could go wrong. Not that we need another incident like in Buffalo, but the opportunities there and gun violence issues. I've addressed that many times about the eligibility for that. There should be no question about that at this point in time. Anyway, this quote was in the time that I came back from the military service in another part of the world. And it was an interesting time in the 60s. Most of you weren't around then. There was a lot of stuff going on against this country. A lot of stuff going on that was fun, but difficult. That song, these words, were from Jim Morrison and the Doors. It's the Doors that put this out there, Light My Fire. I've always been fond of historical issues, especially about music. I kind of interest in that at times, going back to the old, and the music that was talking about this country and the difficult times of being around. So what I'm trying to say tonight, and I hope I don't have to come back again, I really don't want to, because I got many more things to do than to show up on city council. You all are good people. You try to do the right thing. It's difficult, I know. But I think it's citizens like me that need to challenge you. I was hoping all these cards out here were people from the city that were here, but they're not. Today I went to the Board of Public Utility meeting. Very important topic to me. I was the only one there, just like I am the only one here. That's unfortunate, because that's $1 billion operation that needs city council involvement. In fact, I told some of the city council members, they don't even know who the chairman of the DPU board is. That's kind of strange, I think, when you have that organization that's doing a lot for this community, and I'm the only one there, and no media, no nobody. I asked a lot of questions, and I get no answers, which is typical. They don't want to answer questions, especially the hard ones. So I would encourage the mayor to put together a combined meeting of the city council and the Board of Public Utilities, so you get to know each other, what the agenda is, what the plan might be for the future. And you know what? That plan is extremely important, that the city council be on board with what's going on. Because the state just passed new laws and statuated will go to the city, will go to the council, will go to the Senate on the side of the legislation. That will change everything when it comes to new construction. Change everything when it comes to efficiencies in homes. And we can have a cosmetic change in a home, but we only have, many of these houses only have 100 and half service or less. And all the rebate programs that EPO has to offer are qualified. They can't afford them. So I ask you to pay attention to what's going on in Board of Public Utilities and have the general manager appear from you on a regular basis to tell what the goals and objectives are. Because if nobody covers it, and I'm the only one that goes, it's pretty sad. So, I rest tonight and hope that you will move forward on public safety and its needs. If not, I may have to come back and cajole and ask and preach and do whatever else I need to do. But I hope we're beyond that now, so I can take the summer off, visit some people, go places, enjoy our climate, fish on the lake, whatever. Anyway, thanks for bearing up with me over these months and many months. And I look forward to helping you if I can, but so far no one's asked me to do that, other than what I do now. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here tonight who would like to speak to the council? Do you have any presentation, petitions, or communications? Seeing none, we'll move on to reports from our standing committees. We'll start with Finance Committee and the first 11 resolutions will be read by Councilwoman Karuba.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing payment of the regular audit.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Karuba.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Eklund. Aye. DeVersa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Jones.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the payment of $349,057.00 principal and $37,625.33 for 6 months interest at 5% per annum on public improvement bonds.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Karuba.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Eklund. Aye. DeVersa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Jones.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the payment of $275,000 in no cents principal and $38,000 in no cents for 6 months interest at 5% per annum on public improvement bond Series A.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Karuba.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Eklund. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
And President Bose.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Highmark Life Insurance Company of New York, placed through Premier Consulting Associates, LLC, for excess stop loss insurance policy for the period June 1st, 2022 through May 31st, 2023, in the amount of $175,000 and no cents for a specific deductible annual unlimited maximum reimbursement at a cost of $80.46 per covered participant per month.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Karuba.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Eklund. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Bose.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the City Council of the City of Jamestown to adopt the attached investment policy as the official investment policy for the City of Jamestown effective immediately.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Karuba.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Eklund. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Bose.
Aye. Just to note that Resolution 6 has been tabled for a month for further discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution designating $500,000 and no cents in American Rescue Plan Act Economic Development Funds to obtain ARPA contracting services to be administered by the Jamestown Local Development Agency.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Karuba.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Eklund. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
And President Bose.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing Associate Corporation Counsel Benjamin Haskin to attend the NICOM Community Revitalization Conference on June 8th through 9th at the Marriott Syracuse downtown, Syracuse, New York, with expenses paid pursuant to Section 77B of the General Municipal Law.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Karuba.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Eklund. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Bose.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing Lieutenant Rob Ward and Lieutenant Sam Piazza to attend the FBI LEADA Supervisor Leadership Institute course to be held May 15th through May 20th, 2022 in Wexford, Pennsylvania, with training, meals, lodging, and gas expenses paid pursuant to Section 77B of the General Municipal Laws of the State of New York.
Thank you. Any questions or comments?
They've already gone and come back last week,
Yes.
so it's
Yeah, this does happen occasionally. We try to make sure that the resolutions are in advance, but
yeah.
the time sometimes doesn't work out.
Any other questions? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Karuba.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Eklund. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Bose.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing Justin Conti and Officer Jose Moya to attend the Advanced Roadside Impaired Driving Enforcement course to be held June 2nd through June 3rd, 2022 in West Seneca, New York, with meals, lodging, and gas expenses paid pursuant to Section 77B of the General Municipal Laws of the State of New York.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Karuba.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Eklund. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Bose.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution suspending the hiring freeze and authorize the filling of 3 police officers and 4 firefighters.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Karuba.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Eklund. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
to the next series of resolutions will be read by Councilman Eklund, who's the chairman of the Finance Committee.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a permanent easement agreement with Upstate Tower Company LLC DBA Dogwood Towers on lot 388.09-1-23 and 387.12-06-32 within the city for the construction of a cellular phone tower.
Thank you. Any questions or comments?
Just for clarification for the general public, this is the removal of one tower and replacement of another additional. This is not adding a tower.
Thank you. Any other comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund? Aye. DeVersa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Dole?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Jamestown Roofing for the replacement of Dietrich Park press box roof in the amount not to exceed $36,940.00.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund? Aye. DeVersa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
Mr. President, I have a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Northeast Sweepers and Rentals Incorporated for a new 2022 Revo 5 I-Series street sweeper in an amount not to exceed $275,648.76.
Thank you. Any questions or comments?
Was that opera money, Jeff?
Yes.
Any other questions? Comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund? Aye. DeVersa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Dole?
Aye.
Resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with R. Patty Concrete Excavating LLC for concrete work, street reconstruction 2022, Beachview Avenue from Buffalo Street to Clyde Avenue for a total bid amount of $136,770.00.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund? Aye. DeVersa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
And President Dole?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with R. Patty Concrete Excavating LLC for concrete work 2022 May Street, Camp Street to East Virginia Boulevard for a total bid amount of $67,805.00.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund? Aye. DeVersa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Dole?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with R. Patty Concrete Excavating LLC for concrete work 2022 Westcott Street reconstruction 2022 for a total bid amount of $172,700.00.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund? Aye. DeVersa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Dole?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor and Jeffrey Lehman, P.E., to purchase from Fleet Maintenance Incorporated one new 2023 Freightliner 114 SD truck cab and chassis for a total amount not to exceed $122,760.00.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund? Aye. DeVersa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Dole?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor and Jeffrey Lehman, P.E., to purchase from Henderson Products Incorporated one new spreader body related components for a total amount not to exceed $123,403.00.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund? Aye. DeVersa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Dole?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor and Jeffrey Lehman, P.E. to purchase from Rexel 14-period candlestick lighting fixtures for the West 3rd Street Streetscape project for an amount not to exceed $45,807.00.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Karuba.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Eklund. DeVersa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Dole.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor and Jeffrey Lehman, P.E. to execute change order number 1 to the purchase agreement with Fleet Maintenance Incorporated for 1 new plow truck, an addition of $3,800 and no cents.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Karuba.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Eklund.
Aye.
DeVersa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
And President Dole.
Aye. That concludes our resolutions from finance. We do have one resolution from our Public Safety Committee, which will be sponsored by the Chairman of the Public Safety Committee, Councilman Sheldon.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution reappointing David Wilfong to the office of Commissioner of Deeds for a period of 2 years.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Karuba.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Eklund. DeVersa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
And President Dole.
Aye. That concludes our pre-filed resolutions. Do we have any reports from special committees? Seeing none, any reports of city officers? Report from councilmen or councilpersons on administrative boards? And we'll move on. Is there any unfinished business?
I think I have something for that. I'm gonna start by referencing a few dates. May 16th, May 15th, May 12th, May 4th, May 3rd, and May 2nd. Those are all dates from a 2-week period this month. Each one represents an incident where the Jamestown Police Department recovered an illegal firearm that was on the street of Jamestown. Nobody can deny that right now is a time of increased gun violence and gun crime. Tonight, one of our resolutions that passed was to add 3 police officers to the force in order to combat gun crime and quality of life issues. This shows that the Jamestown Police Department needs full staffing and then some in order to combat our current issues. There was a resolution that was passed by the Public Safety Committee and then removed from tonight's agenda, which intended to send one of our police captains to the FBI Academy in Virginia from July 11th through September 15th of this year. I would like to bring the following resolution forward to a vote. Resolution authorizing Captain Robert Samuelson to attend the 283rd session of the FBI National Academy to be held at the FBI Academy in Quantico, Virginia on July 8th through September 15th, 2020, with fuel expenses paid pursuant to Section 77B of the General Municipal Laws of the State of New York, with fuel expenses pursuant General Municipal Laws of the State of New York. That was it. Sorry. It's the resolution that was pulled. I'd like to bring it to a vote.
Is there a second to that resolution?
Need a second.
Okay. Doesn't need a second? Okay. Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Nay.
Karuba.
Nay.
Reynolds.
Nay.
Faulkner.
Nay.
Eklund.
Nay.
DeVersa.
Nay.
Russell.
Nay.
President Dole.
Nay. So the resolution to vote on it is going to be.
No, that's the resolution itself. Am I on?
We voted that the resolution was to not send an individual.
I was under the impression that the resolution had been pulled, so the resolution was not on the agenda, so it needed to be put back on the agenda to be voted on.
I was also of the opinion that that vote was to put it back on the agenda.
Am I correct?
I believe you are.
Okay. So it's not been put back on the agenda.
Can you read the resolution again, please?
If I heard it correctly, the resolution was to send Captain Samuelson to the FBI Academy. That's being held in August, I believe. And you all voted no to that.
Is there any new business to come before the council? Just wanted a brief comment about Saturday. I just want to thank the residents and groups that came out for our Hands on Jamestown. We had a good crew that cleaned up throughout downtown Jamestown, as well as the Riverwalk and Mobile Watershed had a group of people down there. Councilman Sheldon was part of that, and we were downtown as well. So I want to thank all the members of the community who did come out. And when's the next one? Is there another? June 11th will be the next one, and that will be.
We have yet to determine the meeting spot, but we are sort of adjusting the way that we're doing it. So groups that sign up can actually let us know where they would like to be. So if they want to do something in their own neighborhood, they'll be able to do that. But we will have a centralized meeting place yet to be announced this week.
Thanks.
I would also like to make a reminder that the Memorial Day Parade is next Monday, and it will continue the tradition after a hiatus due to COVID. So on behalf of the United Veterans Council, that parade will take place beginning line up at 9 a.m. with those that are participating it to be informed of where they will be shortly, once we are still getting reservations. Parade will kick off promptly at 10 on 4th Street, travel 4th Street to Prendergast to 6th, up 6th for 1 block to Lakeview, down to the cemetery at Lakeview, with the veterans entering the cemetery to pay honor at the original soldier circle beyond that. So just a reminder.
Anything else?
I just want to make a statement and thank Councilwoman Eklund for stepping forward and helping out with the event. And hopefully it's a success. So thank you very much for taking the time.
Truly an honor and a privilege, and anybody who has time Thursday at 4 p.m., flags will go up regardless of the weather at Lakeview Cemetery, following a brief ceremony at 4 p.m., and then to each cemetery in the city at the veterans' graves. I've done this, Marie has done this for multiple years, and it really truly is an honor.
Anything else? If not,
President Dole, just one thing for the council members. On Saturday, as we get into Memorial Day, Saturday is also the Gold Star Memorial Ceremony at Jamestown Veterans Park. Just as a reminder to the public as well as to the council members, obviously it's always held right before Memorial Day in honor of our Gold Star families. Thank you.
thanks. Anything else? If not, meeting is adjourned.